and welcome to our latest installment of Wondering Wednesdays, in which I answer a reader's question in a video. Today's question comes to us from a reader who's wondering about content marketing. He'd like to know what it is and what are some tips to use it correctly. So I thought I would give you a quick definition and then my 3 tips for content marketing success. The definition comes to us from the Content Marketing Institute, and that is that it's creating and curating relevant and valuable content to attract and retain clients. And I would actually go a step further than that. I think it's also setting yourself up to be a thought leader and a go-to source for a certain area or topic. They go on to say that content marketing is the art of communicating with your clients and prospects without selling. Instead of pitching your service, you're delivering information that makes your buyer more intelligent. Okay, so now we know what content marketing is. Let's talk a little bit about what my 3 tips for content marketing success would be. The first of these is probably the most important, and that's know your audience. And that's going to be true pretty much across the board. You want to know what's really important to the people that you're talking to, and you want to know who those people are. Now, I can hear some of you saying that you have concerns that sharing too much valuable content with potential clients may mean that they're not going to become potential clients. And that's just not true. Let's think about the existence of WebMD. If you have a medical concern, you may go to WebMD first. You're going to check what your symptoms are, see if you can sort of self-diagnose and figure out what you can do. But the truth is, ultimately, if you have a problem, you're going to go to your doctor with your symptoms and your medical history, and they're going to be able to diagnose you and come up with a correct plan of action. And it's going to be the same for any of your clients or potential clients. You may give them some general information in your blog or articles that you're writing and sharing online, but when they have a problem, they're going to come to you because they know that you're intelligent and can speak to them on the subject, but also because they know that you're going to address their particular situation in a way that they can't get from just searching for information online. So that's why content marketing is so important and why you really need to know your audience. The second tip for successful content marketing would be to know what content marketing is not. I see a lot of content coming out, things like advertising or press releases, or you'll see news items about a firm that, Bob Smith is quoted in such and such journal on patent marketing. Things like that are not content marketing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do press releases or that you shouldn't post firm news. Obviously, it's a necessary part of any firm's full marketing package, but you have to understand that those are not the things that your clients are going to care about. They may look at those things on your website and need to see them, things like the awards that your firm has won and that kind of thing, just to reinforce their decision. But that's not ultimately what's going to be driving people considering you to be a thought leader. It's the ability to speak intelligently on a subject that somebody really cares about. And you can do that through valuable, substantive content. So my recommendation for that would be every time you go to publish something, ask yourself, why does my audience care about this? If you're, a general counsel at a company, why, when you look at that piece, what's going to make you read it and care and want to talk and engage with the person who wrote it? So I'm guessing that they're not going to do the work of clicking through to an article that talks about patent litigation, even if that's a substantive article, simply because it's an extra step. So if you do have an article that you're quoted in, get permission to repost it in its entirety, and that will go a long way towards supporting your content marketing effort. And my third tip would be to repurpose what you're already getting paid to do. A lot of times people will say, I'm so busy, I don't know how to come up with original content, it's really difficult for me, I'm just not sure. And there are a couple of things you can do to leverage the work that you're already getting paid to do. One of these is to take some of the client questions you get regularly that you can answer in a few paragraphs and share on your blog or through Twitter or now using LinkedIn's publishing feature. And that will be one way to produce new content. You already know the answers to those questions through your years of experience, so why not just write them down and share them? Secondly, if you're attending a conference as a CLE participant, a lot of valuable information is shared at conferences, and you can do a quick recap of the notes that you've taken there. It doesn't have to be hugely comprehensive. You don't have to write these long dissertations the way I do here at Zen, but take a couple of the salient points and comment on those and share that content. Similarly, if you're the speaker at a conference, either the main keynote speaker or maybe you're on a panel, take your notes and your presentation and turn that into a blog post or an article and share that information. Again, you're taking substantive content that's of interest to a group of people who you want to be in front of and sharing that with them in a wider audience. Those are things that you're already getting that limited audience through your CLE opportunities, through your questions with your clients, through your speaking, but now you're sharing it on the internet, and that's allowing you to have some networking and marketing happening for you when you're not actively engaged in it. Information will live on your blog forever, and people will come and find it, and you don't even have to be actively promoting it. It's doing the work for you. Similarly, you may also want to consider taking some items that you used to send out to clients. Back in the day, you would cut out articles from a newspaper or magazine, send it to clients, or you may find an article on the internet and share that in an email with a few comments about how it might be important to your client and why it might matter. So you can actually take that information and turn that into a blog post too. Again, you're looking at something that is relevant to your client and how it might impact them. And obviously, you're going to have more than one client in that area if that's your specialty. So more than one client and potential client will find that information useful. So why not leverage what you're already doing? So those are my 3 tips on content marketing success. Feel free to add any of your suggestions in the comments box below. And if there is a question that you're wondering about, let us know in the comments below also. Thanks.